empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Sphere Exclusives. Looking for exclusive content from your favorite podcasts here at the Sphere? Head over to sphere.tv/Patreon and sign up today. Edwards Media Solutions. Edwards Media Solutions delivers custom marketing strategies with easy-to-track results for any industry. Schedule a free consultation today at area code 832-304-5757 or visit their website at www.edwardsmediasolutions.com. Session Boutique. Session Boutique is your one-stop shop for all your fashion needs, from mom to businesswoman or just being classy and cute. Check out Session Boutique at www.shopsessionboutique.com. What's up, people? Welcome back to Startup Masters. I'm your host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And these are the type of episodes that you really want to pay attention to. We've got talented people in the building, and we're talking about entrepreneurship. We're talking about the startups. We're talking about the trials and tribulations, things you go through as a business owner that you're not hearing on other shows, because people are not always talking about the things that they really had to endure to take their business to the next level, right? You see the glitz, the glamour. You see when things are great. You have no idea what's underneath that iceberg. You have no idea what's down beneath the sea, what's happening behind the scenes to make sure that payroll happens, to make sure that customers are pleased, to make sure that retirement's in place, to make sure that everything is needed for a business to truly be successful. And we've got one of the best in the building to co-host with me today. None other than the lifted lifestyle herself, Miss Latasha Bailey. What's up, Latasha?
Hey, G. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be back at the Startup Masters table.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. You and Mr. Chaz. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me here. You know, I love to commune with my people.
We love to have you. How about that? That's what it's all about. And this is what we do.
Yes.
And shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. We appreciate you. We support y'all. Thank you all so much. I'm going to start my watch party here. But thank y'all so much for what you do and all the patrons you provide. Make sure you hit the share button. Make sure you let people know what we're talking about. Make sure you get your digital pads and pens ready, because we're dropping these gems. And want to say what's up to everybody out in Discord, everybody on our Patreon side, those who truly support us and sow a seed. What's up to you all? We know that y'all are tuned in for the entire show, so we definitely want to get your feedback through our Discord app. So I had the pleasure, the great opportunity, shall I say, to meet this young lady virtually through a friend, and saw her work and the things that she was doing, and not understanding everything that was surrounding this young lady, right?
Okay.
So I'm out at an event. We're providing some recording services at a great event. Shout out to the Fearless Female. And this young lady comes up to me, looking fly as I don't know what. Not understanding.
She is gorgeous.
I mean, just the attire was killing it. But that's her cup of tea.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I expect none less than, right?
I'm with you.
And just having the conversations, and now the discernment kicks in. Now I got a full feel for where she stands and what she wants to do when she's talking about positivity, when she's talking about the purpose, when she's being, when and all these things are happening and she's being persistent in what she wants to provide, whether it's that opportunity, that party environment of praise, of bringing out the best of a person. And walking in excellence.
That sounds like my cup of tea, Gary Lee.
So let me introduce you all, none other to the one, the only Miss LaShonda Pierce. What's up, LaShonda?
Oh my goodness! Hey, Gary.
How are you?
Hi.
How you feeling?
I'm wonderful.
Thank you for being here.
Are you really?
Thank you guys for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks for extending the invitation.
Of course. So Here on Startup Masters, we like to talk about the true ins and outs of entrepreneurship. Okay. We like to take the viewers, the listeners, people, they're in traffic right now. They're listening to this on Spotify. They're at home watching this on iTunes, the actual video. We like to take them through your journey, your roller coaster of entrepreneurship from the past to the present and the things you're doing today. And then, of course, we got to talk about the 5, 10, 20-year plan. You ready to go on this journey?
Absolutely.
Good deal. Let's do this. Tosh,
Let's
you
go.
ready?
Let's go. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready.
Come on, you better talk that talk. So, for everybody who's tuned in right now, make sure you get your past pens ready. Make sure you get all your questions ready. Monique, we see you over in Facebook. Make sure y'all drop your questions
Hey, Facebook
there.
family.
Yeah, Facebook, what's up? Make sure you drop your questions there so we can, bring y'all into this conversation as well. So, Miss Pierce.
That would be me.
Take us back in time. Take us back at the infancy level when you said, you know what? I've got a knack for design and a knack for fashion. What was going on in your life?
I would say it had to be growing up with my grandmother
Okay.
in her home. My grandmother was an extremely talented seamstress. So this meant weekly field trips to fabric shops, vintage shops, you name it, we were there. My grandmother, I like to describe her as, she was my Black Martha Stewart. She was
Nice.
Martha Stewart. That was my grandmother. She was definitely just a homemaker. And so growing up, I got to experience that firsthand. She made anything from little ruffle socks to wedding gowns. So I was always around a sewing machine, fabric, textiles, everything, you name it.
Okay. So you really had that. It's interesting how our environment can often shape our desires, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so in high school, I began to think it wasn't so cool to go to the fabric shop and get things made, right? I wasn't as proud of it until I realized, oh, this is kind of different. This is setting me apart.
Yes.
And that's what people began to love about my style. Oh my God, where'd you get this? I've never seen that. So what I thought was a disadvantage was actually shaping me into the life of a designer.
Come on.
I've been designing my clothes since I know 13. I moved in with my grandmother full time at the age of 13.
Nice.
And so with limited funds, she's like, girl, we going to the fabric store. You're going to pick you out some fabric and I'm going to make it. And that is really the beginning of my design journey.
Love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't
That's
that
a beautiful story.
Yeah. So
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to my
grandmother.
grandmother. Yes. My
Granny over there.
grandmother, she just celebrated her 85th birthday.
Oh, shout out. Happy
February
birthday.
2nd. Yes, I
Nice.
love my grandmother, and I definitely know that I am who I am creatively because of her.
Now,
For sure.
now, how did walk us down this pipe when the light bulb went off? What was that moment where you're like, wait a minute, people love what I got on?
Oh, for
Maybe
sure.
I could make something for somebody else.
For sure. So I think it had to be 1997. I'm in high school.
Ooh, me too. Took me back.
Yeah.
Got me aging
over
myself.
20 years.
time.
Over
I'm
20
an
years.
ex-young.
Yeah. So it had to be 1996, 97. In high school, I was nominated for Best Dress, and I was like, what? I was just shocked. I was shocked that I was nominated for Best Dress because I wasn't wearing like a lot of designer clothing because, again, we had limited income. So these were things that I had to creatively come up with, and that is where I know from the very beginning that style isn't about designer.
Sure.
It's definitely about what you wear and how you wear it and how you own your look.
Very
So
true.
I was getting a $64 welfare check. And I would go to the $7 store and stretch out that $64
Come on.
and get me 7 or 8 good pieces.
Yeah.
And I would just make it work. In addition to designing the things that my grandmothers would make.
Sure.
And so I won Best Dress in high school, and it began to set a trend like, oh my God. So as an adult, a young adult, I started designing more things. Okay, grandmother, make me this. And it became really cool because nobody had it, but everybody wanted it. So ding, 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 ding.
Come on, supply and demand.
Okay. So about 2006 through 8 is when I really I partnered up with Derek Lucas, and he was doing hair magazines and hair. He really promoted hair, and so I took out an ad in his magazine one year saying, "Derek, I'm gonna be the next Tory Burch. I'm gonna be the black Tory Burch."
Sure.
And so it was so funny. He's doing hair magazines, so they're only shooting hair. I come in with pillows, plants. I'm creating a whole backdrop.
Yeah, she set the scene.
Yeah, I set the scene for my photo shoot, and it really took off then. That's when I really began to get a name for myself. So that was about 2008, where I began to have trunk shows. I'm selling things to people. People are literally calling saying, "LaShonda, when are you gonna make some more?" Did fashion shows, and I really began to develop La Pierce Design.
That's what's
which
up.
is a portion of my first and last name.
Come on with it.
Come on.
So here's the thing. I want to keep it 100 with everybody that's out here right now, and make sure y'all are catching these gems, because I'm catching them. So let me make them plain for you all. First and foremost, if you can control the design, if you can control the aspect of what you have and what we would call the supply, then guess what? You can possibly control the demand for it, right? So keep those things in mind. What's your supply look like when it comes to the demand that you want for whatever it is you're creating? And secondly, like I started this whole show, the monologue, stuff isn't overnight.
Oh, no,
We're talking about from 1990s. Having something that was instilled to then the mid early 2000s, when to say, okay, maybe this is what I can do professionally, meaning I can, turn a profit for this or make money with this, to where we're at today. So I just want to make sure I paint that picture for people.
Absolutely.
Because you got to catch those things. So speaking of painting a picture, because I know that some of the things you have are one of ones.
Oh, for sure.
They're quite exclusive.
And I like it that way.
Yeah.
And so once I realized that I had a niche, I'm like, ooh, I don't have to be like everybody else.
Come on.
And
Come on.
for me, when I design things, I feel like that's for the person that wants to be set apart. You know what I mean? And I really love that about being a designer, as opposed to being just going to get something off the rack. It's because my mind and my heart is in it. I'm creating it. I'm I'm setting trends. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I really love that.
Come on.
It's a piece of you. You're
Yeah,
gifting
for
to your
sure.
clients. It's bigger than just clothes. It's an artistry.
Yeah, it's just a piece of fabric until I put that.
Come on,
you know what I
girl.
mean?
Yeah.
So that's
just
how
a
I
piece
look
of
at it.
fabric till she touch it.
Oh,
Come
for sure.
on.
Y'all caught that?
Put that pierce on it.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
that pierce on that
Yeah.
thing. Good. But that's exclusivity, folks. Speaking of exclusivity, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by the Sphere's exclusive team. So, are you looking for exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else? Look no further than our Sphere exclusives found only on Patreon. We've got behind-the-scenes shots happening daily at the Sphere Podcast Studios, where each show on the network is curating episodes that's only for our Patreon subscribers. Plus, we deliver the show live from start to finish in our Discord server that's exclusive to that same Patreon family. So guess what, folks? You got to go sign up today at thesphere.tv/Patreon to join our $2, $5, or $8 Patreon tier and get access to all the exclusive content we offer right here at the Sphere. So let's keep this party going. This clothing empire that you're building, right, transitions at some point into these scenes, into furniture. Talk a little bit about that pivot.
So I worked in retail from 2003 till about 2009.
Okay.
And during that time, I was beginning to really develop my interior design career. I was a personal shopper, personal stylist. So during that time, I had clients that I would style, and sometimes they'd have to come to my house and, try on things or pick up their clothing. And people would go, "Oh, my God, this is so nice. Okay, so could you do this for me?" Of course I can. So it's so funny. I was looking back over some old contracts, and when I look at where I was and where I am now, pricing wise,
Yes,
it's like the level of growth. But yeah, so I started with a few clients, and then it just kind of grew and grew and grew. And so then in 2009 is when I really stepped out and left retail
Nice.
and developed my interior design firm.
So what does that look like from the consumer's perspective today? Like,
Okay.
talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so what you mean as far as the process, how the process works? For me, interior design is fashion for the home.
Okay.
It really is. It's fashion for the home. It's,
Girl,
it's,
that's a tagline.
It
right
is.
there.
Interior
Come
design
on.
is fashion for the home. I mean, it's, you start with something simple and you create the environment. But the process looks like me talking to a client. I want to listen. I want to find out, how do you want your space to feel? What represents you? Tell me 3 words to describe you. Tell me your passions. Tell me your hobbies. That way I can make your home a reflection of you. So that's how I start the process. It starts with a design consultation. That's where I learn a little bit about the client, their family, their beliefs, their personal style, and what they want their home to feel like.
It's funny because I'm thinking when I walk in my home, I'm like, well,
Does it represent you?
Does it feel like me?
But when we spoke a couple weeks ago, you said that your home is symbolic of the studio.
It does. So when people who have been with the network for several years, they know that when they walk in here, they remember what that feeling was like. They know the presence, the essence, from the aromas, in the studio, to the lighting, to the way things are shaped and placed, the paint on the walls, like all those things embody who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
And it's the fashion for your home.
Absolutely.
I done took your tagline.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
I'm loving it.
I mean, it is
loving
really
it.
the truth. It's exactly what it is. And everybody is different. Everybody's taste is different.
Sure.
But I definitely believe that your home should be a reflection of you. I get so disappointed when I see people who put so much interest in their car or their clothes, and then they go home to the slumps.
Yeah.
And
You know what I mean?
To these all white walls.
No
Oh, shit.
accents to be found.
No.
My mission in life is to ensure that people look and live beautifully.
Come on.
So that's the best of both worlds. There's my fashion, and then that's the home. I want you to look and live beautifully. I want you to be in an environment that represents you.
I
That
love
is
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. Because I tell my clients as a life coach, when your home environment is in chaos, it represents something bigger than just your home environment being in chaos.
It does.
It represents a lack or a disheveled nature in your mind or spirit
You need
somewhere.
peace and harmony.
So to hear you say to live beautifully, I think that is an amazing
It is so
concept.
important. It is so important. And especially, I'm very passionate about married couples. So I got so excited when you said you were a newlywed.
I am.
Because it is the master bedroom, right? I think a lot of times when clients are deciding on a number of rooms to decorate, I always tell them, start with your main living and master bedroom. It's the heart and soul of the home. The main living is where you entertain, but your bedroom is your sanctuary. That's where you find peace and comfort, and you dwell with your significant other, or even by yourself. You just need peace and comfort. So
Put me on your calendar,
I
girl.
am.
Look,
I am
put
for
me
sure. You're a
on your
newlywed.
calendar
That
because-
you
Build
know
some peace and
so many
comfort, okay?
Yeah,
so many people want to escape their home and go take a staycation. I want to create that for
Come
you
on.
right there in your own space.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And I know for me, I'm very cautious of my home environment.
Okay.
Like, first of all, most people that know me know that if you're in my inner circle if you've been to my house.
Okay.
Because I'm very big on energy and how people, the energy that they
just
bring
comes
to
in
your
your
home
home.
environment.
Yes.
So like, the living room, kitchen, all that is decorated really nice because that's where
Yeah.
the company comes. And I just hung my pictures on my wall in my bedroom. Don't get me, LaShonda.
Well, hey, it takes time though. It takes
And
time.
I'm busy, so I definitely need those services because I don't think I even thought about how special that is till you just said it.
Yeah, it is very special, very important too.
Well, you know what? There's some other stuff that's very special, very
Okay.
important. There's some PPP stuff. I'm just going to say those things for those that are tuned in right now. But guess what, Facebook Livers? We can't give it all to you because we're about to peel the onion back a little bit. You've got to go subscribe to get the rest of this. So head over to sphere.tv.
Or they
Or-
can become a patron.
Come
Gary.
on,
you got it. They can become a
come on.
patron.
You know where I'm headed.
Y-
You watch this
I'm
pivot.
with you.
It's coming.
I'm with
Oh,
you.
it's coming. Head over to thesphere.tv/startup masters, and we've got a couple of options for you. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. We're on YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. We even in your big mama's kitchen on
Come
that
on
Amazon Alexa. We are anywhere that podcasts can be found. Now, while you're there, share this with your family, your friends, share with your colleagues, share with your loved ones, share with anyone you know that has some firm understandings and desires to be an entrepreneur, but wants to talk those experiences, wants to get the behind the scenes for what it's really like. So make sure you share this out. And at the same time, give us some constructive criticism. We want to build better shows and better content for you. So iron sharpens iron. So head over to iTunes, hit those stars, hit those likes, leave those comments so we can continue to build great shows and great content. And last but not least, as Latasha just said, if you really want to do something, sow a seed. Head over to sphere.tv/donate. We got a couple of options. We can donate one time on the website, or if you want to start catching this show in its entirety, right when we're doing it, right here live, go to sphere.tv/Patreon or hit that Patreon button right there. And guess what? You can hop into one of our tiers, and we're going to get you some exclusive content and items that's just for you. So, once again, folks, the show isn't over, but make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe.
Right here at the Sphere. So let's keep this party rolling, because I want to talk about being purposeful. I want to talk about being passionate. Give us this feel as you're building these lifestyles for people on the outside, their appearance, which obviously affects their insides, as you're blessing their homes. Talk about how this purposeful area and this passion has brought things about. What's going on with the PPP?
Well, I think everybody should be down with PPP, Gary and
Yeah,
Latasha.
you
Like,
know
I
me.
mean, you need to get down with PPP. And what is PPP? PPP is positive, passionate, and purposeful. And my main mission is to encourage people to be positive, stay passionate, and live purposefully. And that just means being positive in spite of, right? I'll say that again. Being positive in spite of.
Come on.
I mean, we live in a world that so many things happen day in or day out. You know, we could be having a great day today and then a whirlwind of changes tomorrow. So I just, especially if we're talking about entrepreneurship, that's a great example. You know, being positive in spite of the days when you feel like giving up, the days when you feel like your phone isn't ringing, the days when you feel like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Come on.
You know, those things, be positive in spite of. And then passion is, what are you passionate about? Find out, figure it out. You know what you're passionate about because you can't stop thinking about it, or your heart beats really fast, or you get so excited about it, or you'll do it for free. You'll do it for countless hours. That's passion. So I feel like if everybody hones in into their passion, Gary,
Come on.
then they'll live purposely. You won't have any time for hate, negativity, because you're so busy focusing on your purpose and your passion.
Come on.
So,
Indeed.
and that, for me, that is living beautifully. You know,
Sure.
one of the main things I used to tell my clients is, I'm going to handle the outside. That's a no-brainer. You get the inside rights. That's an inside job. You know, happiness knocks on our door every day. It's up to us. Our mindset is up to us. All of those internal things are up to us. So I can help you pick out a great outfit, build a beautiful room, but you have to mentally want that for
You're
yourself.
right. You spot on. Okay.
Wow.
Because mindset affects everything you do.
Absolutely.
Everything you do.
Absolutely. And if you can be positive
Come
in
on.
spite of,
Sure.
then you've already won half the battle.
That's so true. So true.
It's really
Have that
true.
crazy praise when things are going bad.
Yeah,
In spite of,
yes,
still be
yeah,
happy.
yeah,
Still be rejoiced.
Seriously.
No,
Seriously.
But that'll feed your passion too, though, because it keeps you focused in on the things that are most important.
Absolutely.
The things that matter to you, those things that are tied to your core values.
Absolutely.
You know? When you're like, you know what, this didn't go the way that I planned it to go, but
guess
I'm
what?
gonna regroup.
Come on.
So
Yeah, no, you are spot on with that. And I think a lot of times as we present ourselves, as we market ourselves, we've got to keep in mind that, you know, energy we take in, energy that we push out, but to always walk with purpose. You know, and we'll always allow that the fuel of passion to push us through. Speaking of passion, speaking of purpose, speaking of marketing yourself, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by Edwards Media Solutions. So, do you really know how marketing works? Do you want to be able to easily see how your business is growing month after month? Edwards Media Solutions can deliver smart marketing built around a full purpose business goal. We've taken the guesswork out of marketing so we can easily deliver tracking items, results, and key achievement each and every time. Call us today at area code 832-304-5757 or visit the website at edwardsmediasolutions.com. Yes, indeed. So you've got a lot on your plate, right? Whether it's the fashion, whether it's the home fashion, the interior design and decorating, whether it's delivering the PPP. Yeah, you know me. When I say
You
it,
had to do it.
it takes me right there. It takes me right there. I feel like I'm cheerleading for that. What are some of the things that you're doing, some of the processes you have on rinse and repeat that allows you to stay efficient?
Efficient in what regard?
In the business flow, making sure clients get taken care of, making sure other action items happen. Like, what do you do to stay in this mode of deliverables happening, things being accounted for?
You know, I definitely am prayerful.
Okay.
I definitely have to implement that in my daily activities. And then I have to plan. I have to plan. I have to have a to-do list. I'm so old school. I can put it on my iPad or in my computer all day, but I am a taskmaster.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Paper and pen.
Yeah, paper and pen. Like,
Okay.
I love to
Talk about it.
check
Me
it
too.
off, highlight it. Like, that works for me. I put my priorities first. Like the hard stuff that I don't want to do. Like in my job, the hard part is the accounting, playing with the numbers. Are these people in budget?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't really like that as much as going to buy the pillows and the plants,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So doing the hard stuff first. And again, just loving what I do. I have to stay grounded with why I'm doing this and focus on the outcome and keeping my clients happy. So that keeps me efficient.
Okay. I like that. Putting the hard stuff first.
Yeah,
That's
I like
interesting.
that.
Yeah, knocking that out.
Yeah.
Everything else just flows.
Yeah, and I've learned to do things in 15 minutes, right?
Okay. Talk about this.
Well, just a hard focus on 15 minutes. Like if I know I need to get that invoice set out, because I'm something like an accountant, right? So I have to keep
sure.
I have to keep all this stuff, a going ledger. So if I know that, okay, LaShonda, it's 1 o'clock. You know, you need to get this 15 minutes worth in and just really just focus on that task. And then I could kind of like exhale. And if I do 15 minutes on the hour every day,
Sure.
all day, take 15 minutes every hour to focus on something that's really important that I really don't want to do, it helps me get it done.
Okay.
Task and reward.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Definitely.
Give me a cupcake every 15 minutes.
You are
I didn't
so
do it, so
funny.
I'm just saying, give me something now. Give me something.
That's counterproductive.
Sometimes.
Counterproductive.
So, and I think that we often find these things, we get into these rituals where we're able to deliver, right? Where
Right.
we're able to be as efficient as possible. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, for those that are, you listening to this on SoundCloud or you're watching it somewhere on YouTube, we get caught up so much in the business though that we can forget about self. And I heard you allude to some meditation earlier. Talk a little bit about what you're doing for self-care that you do outside of the business. When the doors are closed, how are you pouring back into you?
Okay, listeners, Gary and Latasha, I'm just so over the no days off.
Come on.
Like I'm serious.
too.
Y'all know I am.
And it's almost like if you're an entrepreneur, people expect you to say you don't have a day off, and I'm over it. No, my mind is what is the skyrocket to my creativity. I can't lose it. So I have to take a break. I'm not apologizing for it anymore because stress kills.
Come on.
I'm going to say that again. Stress kills. And I refuse to kill myself. So if that means that I have to set boundaries and say that, you know what, LaShonda, you're off on Sundays and Mondays, I'm not going to apologize for it because it's going to be a better result for the client and it's going to be a better me. We have to rest and we have got to stop with the no days off movement. I know some people may agree to disagree, but no,
Yeah. No. You
Where
start
I just don't want to kill myself. And I used to be like, oh my God, I got to work. No, I need to rest too.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
No, you
can't.
cannot.
How
You
can you-
cannot.
And I think you hit the head on the nail. A lot of entrepreneurs don't realize that you, as an entrepreneur, you lay the foundation, you lay the vision, and for you specifically, you have to stay in that creative space in order to meet the deadlines for your clientele, in order to be able to take those 3 words and turn that into something tangible.
Yes.
People don't understand that.
You know, Puffy said something the other day.
She called him
said, well, who is he now? Who
I don't
is he?
even know.
Diddy?
He's somebody.
Diddy.
He's somebody out
Diddy.
here.
Sean Combs.
Yeah.
Sean Combs said, you know, I have so much genius up in here. I don't want to stress out my genius.
Yeah.
That's why I bring other people in. And that is so spot on, because when you're dealing with creative aspects to help your clients or launch these podcasts, you need your mind right. That's a whole bunch of genius in there. And we need to make sure that is, you know, taken care of.
Come on.
You know, I think a lot of people have it upside down. You know, they say, well, I have to be here. I have to be present. I have to get it done. And the truth of the matter is, when you tap into delegation, you find your restoration.
Come on.
When you start to take some things off your
Y'all better
plate,
turn your Bible.
restoration.
You better turn it.
you know,
love that.
you start to outsource some of those things. And the bigger your business gets, I always say, if you can do everything in your business, you have a very small business.
Very true.
You have to be able to delegate some of those things, take some of those things off your plate, the bigger that your business gets, or you will lose your righteous mind and your
Absolutely.
business will suffer.
Absolutely.
You know, the one thing that I've learned over the course of running my business is sometimes you have to take a step back, especially when you're a creative being. Take a step back and replenish, you know, prime the wheels so that they keep turning, you know,
I've
and
done
just
that.
turn it off.
I've
you
recently
know?
done that.
Just turn it off.
I mean, we just have to, Gary. And I just encourage any listener out there to really take care of yourself.
Yeah, you got to. And I love that. You know, delegate to elevate, you know, to provide that restoration, to take you back to where you need to be so you can now deliver to folks. So you can now be attentive.
Yes.
So you can now continue your vision.
And you
can still
can be
dream.
positive while you're doing it.
Oh,
Because, you know, most tired people are cranky.
Yes.
Do you
yes,
realize
yes.
that?
So when I'm
Most tired
sleeping-
people, yeah.
I'm
Because you
not
need some
nice.
rest, because you're trying to be a part of the no days off movement. You know, you're going to be cranky because you're running yourself raggedy.
Very true.
So-
And it happens. And it does happen. We have to be more mindful to sow back into self. It's so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Ain't it
Definitely.
something?
And we feel guilty about it. And that's what we have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to release that, but I think the guilt comes from being tapped in and tied to the expectations that were placed on you by outside beings. You know, once you get really self-aware and present in your own mental and emotional
I
space,
agree.
as well as in your own business, you can take your power back.
Absolutely.
And you can decide what things works best for you as
Absolutely.
a person and what works best for you as a business owner.
Absolutely.
Without needing permission.
Absolutely.
Y'all just said it all. I don't even need to be here. We can shut it down. It's just so true. It's so true.
It's so true.
Yeah. Speaking of truth, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by a Session Boutique. So, fashion is expression and beauty is art. Define who you are and simply be is our vision at Session Boutique. We believe our customers deserve the best experience. Therefore, we're committed to delivering only the top quality of clothing to you to choose from. Do you have a special event coming up? Are you planning a birthday party? Or do you need that perfect diva dress? At Session Boutique, we offer wardrobe styling, fashion makeovers, and so much more. Go online today to book your free consultation at shopsessionboutique.com. That's shopsessionboutique.com. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Session Boutique.
Yes.
Doing their thing over there. So before we run out of here, I definitely got to talk about the future. You know, we can't, leave this table without understanding where you, and being that you have all this vision for everyone else. Let's talk about the vision for PPP. Let's talk about the vision for LaPierce Designs. Talk about what we can expect in the year 2025, 2030.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I want to start the PPP right here in the city of Houston first, but this will be a nationwide movement. You know, I want to get mayors from every city behind me to encourage their communities and families to be positive, stay passionate, and live purposeful. You know, the hate has to stop. The negativity has to stop. We need more love. And I know it sounds cliche, but we just really do. We need more love. We need more common courtesy. And that's what PPP is all about. You know, it's more about just, the spirit, the mindset, and just, being your best self.
I love that.
And it's a domino effect. You know, good energy, like you said, you're selective about what you welcome into your space. I just want more people to be more positive. And I'm going to be the cheerleader about it. You'll see me with my megaphone and my positive pants on, trying to make positivity louder every day. I'm serious. Yeah. And whether that's and it's simple things. It's a compliment, Gary. It is a smile, Latasha. It's simple things that we need constant reminders of. I mean, and this is, a smile is something that's universal. You could be any race, you can speak any language, but if I smile at you, that's welcoming peace. You know what I mean? So I am just really passionate about that, and I really want this to be something that you see in colleges and churches, city town hall meetings. We're going to be having positive pep rallies all across this world.
I love that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely.
And it sounds like that is fueling, this passion is fueling something that can also be found on the bookshelves. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm so excited. I've had a baby. And that baby is the PPP book, which will be launching. And I'm so super excited about it. So everybody has to have that book. It's a simple read, simple, practical, things that you just really need. You already know, and it is just jam-packed with so much knowledge, inspiration, encouragement, prayers. It's just full of a lot of goodness that I think a lot of people will take away from.
Love that.
Wow.
Now when can we expect that? Dive deep into the details. How do we get a hold of that? All those things.
Okay, so go to positivepassionatepurposeful.com, and you can pre-order your books now. I will be doing my launch in the end of next month on March 26th. So we'll be releasing the location of that. And I'm just so super excited to finally get these 250 pages of knowledge in the universe.
Come on, birth that
so
thing.
many great things to share. So many great things for share. It's for men, women, anybody from the age of 15 to 85 can read this book. Because guess what? Everybody can stand to be more positive and passionate and purposeful. You have 60-year-old women who maybe are behind the chair, but they're really passionate about interior design. You may have an architect who wants to be an artist. It's your passion, and a lot of times we go for what's lucrative before we go with what's more heartfelt, which is smart. But people should really follow their passions.
Yeah, you don't want to lose yourself.
Yeah, and you'll find more happy people.
Come on.
Just a little bit of balance.
A little bit. Yeah. And if you're really wise, you'll find a way to monetize that passion.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Now it's never a job anymore.
It's
Because you're walking in purpose.
That's right.
Come on, I'm just using all your P's
Come
today.
on. You're down with PPP.
Hey, you know me. Now, before we get out of here, we always have one last question that we drop at the table. So, walk with me on this one. Let's say we rewind the tape.
All right.
We take this back. I'm talking before the final draft hit the publishers. I'm talking before the imagery for the book. I'm talking all the way back before the idea of the Positive Prep Rally. I'm talking rewinding the tape back as you take client after client, you take contract after contract, pillow, any piece of fabric, anything you've had to stitch or put together, rewinding it all the way back to with your grandmother, and she's sewing those clothes, and we leave you with the knowledge of what you've been through, the memories of it all, but we slide you some seed money. How do you rebuild the brand this time around, both brands, in ways that you didn't build the first time? What do you institute that you feel like you could have instituted had you had some type of seed money?
Oh, wow. Definitely. I definitely believe in higher education. I think that it is definitely great. I take all the tech savvy classes they have to offer. I'm not very techie. It's not my friend. I'm a creative. I outsource that. That's my delegation. I'm sending that off. But I feel like to be successful, you have to be hands-on.
Sure.
So, if I could do it, that means I can stay up 24/7 doing it in the middle of the night, just being more hands-on. So I'd get all the technical education I could get, because I even when I went to school, I didn't go to school to learn how to decorate. That was in me. I got that from my grandmother and my mom, my family. That's natural. So I go to school for accolades, for the credits, for the things that I don't know,
Credentials.
Yeah. So that's what I go to school for. I don't, nobody, thankfully, you can't teach me how to decorate. That God placed that in me.
Sure.
So I would use the money for the things that are my weaknesses.
I love
Come
that.
on.
Strengthen those.
Strengthen
Come
them.
on. Strengthen the weaknesses.
Smart woman.
Come on. Talented, wise, beyond
All
her
that.
years. Beyond your years. But it's because of what you've been through. It's because of the clientele. It's because you're staying positive. You're walking in your purpose through the passion that you have for everything that you are touching, that we would like to officially coin you a startup master. So please let anyone who's tuned in right now know where they can find you, reach you, get your services, and get a hold of that book when it goes live.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So you can find me at LaShondaPierce.com. You can also find me at LaPierce Designs on social media outlets, and follow the book at PositivePassionateAndPurposeful.com.
There it is. Well,
There
thank you
it
again,
is.
LaShonda.
Thank
We
you.
truly appreciate you today.
It's so quick. I'm not ready to go.
How about that? So, Latasha, where can the good people reach you at, my dear?
Well, you can always find me at the Lifted Lifestyles home base, theliftedlifestyle.com. You can find me on all social media outlets at Tasha Spoon and at The Lifted Lifestyle. Keep your eyes on my social media. We have some major announcements coming soon.
Look at you over there speaking with power.
Yes,
Talking about home base and
major.
stuff. Got me feeling some type of way. I need a home base.
I know. Let's get
I
us
need
a home
that.
base tomorrow.
Come on, real. And for those that are trying to reach me anywhere online, folks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. You got any questions about what we do here on the show? Shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or hit us across any social media platform at the Sphere TV. Use our coveted hashtag StartupMasters, and we will get back with you shortly. This has been another electrifying episode. We will see y'all next time. Take care.
Bye.